Hello and welcome to today's lesson on innovation in the current workplace. In this session, we'll explore how workplace conditions shape productivity, morale, and innovation. We'll examine what makes a work environment effective, from physical setup and social interactions to job expectations and legal responsibilities. By understanding how these elements influence daily work life, we'll be better prepared to assess and improve our own workplaces or teams. This is especially valuable if you're moving into a leadership or supervisory role where workplace innovation is expected. Let's begin by breaking down the basics of working conditions. Alright, first up, what do we mean by working conditions? Working conditions refer to the environment in which employees perform their duties. And they fall into three main categories: physical conditions, interpersonal relationships, and structural job characteristics. These aren't just buzzwords. They affect how people feel at work, how well they perform, and how long they stick around. For example, think of someone working in a noisy, cramped room with little sunlight compared to someone in a bright, ventilated space. It makes a difference, doesn't it? Let's dive into the first category: physical conditions. Physical conditions refer to the environment and physical demands of a role. This includes factors such as the amount of space available for work, the materials or chemicals to which you might be exposed, and any physical strain the job may involve. For example, an office worker may need to sit at a screen for long hours, which could cause eye strain or back pain if not set up properly. Meanwhile, a factory worker may need to operate machinery or work in extreme temperatures. The goal is to create an environment that supports people's safety, health, and ability to work comfortably. A well-designed physical space can make a huge difference to productivity. Now, from the environment around us, let's move on to the people around us. Interpersonal relationships are a big part of any job. Almost every role involves interacting with others, though how much and how often can vary. In some roles, like customer service, employees may be on the phone or face-to-face with people all day. In others, communication may be mostly through email or quick chats with team members. And some jobs may involve handling difficult situations or even dealing with hostile individuals. Here's a quick example. A retail assistant assists customers on the shop floor throughout the day, but a data analyst might only need to check in with their manager once a week. Both are valid, just different styles of working. Strong workplace relationships can lead to better teamwork, less stress, and more job satisfaction. Coming up next, we'll talk about the structure of job roles and how this impacts performance and responsibility. Now, let's take a look at the third category of working conditions: structural job characteristics. This refers to how a role is structured in terms of expectations and responsibilities. It includes the level of decision-making allowed, how much independence an employee has, and what happens if mistakes are made. For example, a junior admin assistant might need to get approval before making changes, while a team leader is trusted to make decisions independently. The way a role is set up shapes how people perform and how confident they feel in their work. It's not just about what tasks need to be done, but also how much control and accountability a person has over those tasks. Now that we've covered the categories of working conditions, let's shift our focus to another critical aspect of any workplace: compliance with laws, rules, and regulations. This is a foundation for building a safe, fair, and legally sound working environment. In the next slides, we'll unpack what this really involves and why it matters. Workplaces operate within a legal framework, and there are specific rules every organization must follow. These include laws on working hours, required breaks, and conditions around leave entitlements. Employers are also expected to provide a safe environment. This means things like supplying protective gear and managing workplace hazards properly. Another important area is the employment contract. If a contract sets out certain working arrangements, both the employer and the employee are bound by them. Everyone is expected to stick to what's agreed. These aren't optional extras. They're legal responsibilities that ensure people are treated fairly and that work is done safely. So why is all of this so important? Failing to meet legal requirements can lead to serious consequences. A business might face heavy fines, lawsuits, or public criticism, all of which damage its reputation and bottom line. But beyond avoiding risk, following workplace laws shows respect for your team. It builds a culture of integrity and trust. Staff feel protected, supported, and valued. And when people feel safe and respected at work, they're more likely to perform well, collaborate effectively, and stay with the organization longer. Next, we will explore how working conditions affect productivity. The environment people work in has a powerful influence on how well they perform and how they feel. When conditions are poor, say, a noisy, unsafe, or cramped space, it can lead to stress, fatigue, and low motivation. But when the environment is well designed and supportive, people are more focused, confident, and willing to go the extra mile. A healthy workplace reduces injury and illness, which also means fewer absences and lower costs for the business. Simply put, good working conditions create the foundation for strong performance. So, how can organizations know if their working conditions are helping or harming productivity? The answer is simple evaluation. Employers need to observe and assess the physical and social aspects of the workplace. This includes things like the layout of the building, the availability of space, air quality, and how work areas are structured. Evaluation isn't just about spotting problems. It also helps identify ways to promote healthy habits and reduce behaviors that might lead to burnout or health issues. For instance, a workplace might encourage walking meetings or improve lighting in common areas. By taking time to assess what's working and what isn't, organizations can make better decisions that benefit both staff and business outcomes. To guide this process, there are some key questions employers should consider. 1. Are there any health and safety risks that could be expected based on experience with similar workplaces? 2. What are the procedures for reporting or dealing with risks if they arise? 3. And finally, how is information about workplace health and safety shared with employees? Asking these questions helps create a clearer picture of where improvements are needed and where things are already working well. During an evaluation, there are many things that can be observed which support employee health. These include the overall setting like building layout, stair access, lighting, and ventilation. There's also communication around health and wellness, such as signage, emails, or messages on the staff intranet. All of these details help paint a picture of how well the workplace supports physical and mental well-being. Factors that support employee health during an evaluation may include setting, overall floor layout, parking lot, appropriate lighting and ventilation, stairs, lifts or escalators, communication about health and wellness, email communications and intranet posts, signs around or on the bulletin board about the topic, fitness environment, nearby fitness facilities, changing room facilities, accessibility for bikes and other alternative forms of transport, nutritional environment, break rooms and eating areas, nearby restaurants and cafes, vending machine locations, safety environment, review of material safety data sheets, MSDS, hazards inventory, types of hazards, physical, extreme heat or cold, noise, chemical, toxic or dangerous gases or vapor, biological, plants or animals, ergonomic, repetitive motion, psychosocial, hours worked, for example, safety equipment, provide training for the use of personal protective equipment, availability of personal protective equipment, community resources, medical facilities nearby to the workplace, pharmacies nearby, disability accessibility options, parks and recreational areas. To truly understand the workplace, direct observation is essential. This involves observing employees as they perform their usual tasks in their regular work environment. The goal is to understand how employees work within the social and physical environment, how employees interact with peers and managers, the level of employee engagement in the organization's work processes, the degree of trust and confidence within the workforce. This natural insight offers a real picture of how the workplace functions day to day. Before conducting workplace observations, there are a few important points to keep in mind. Make sure to observe employees over multiple sessions, at different times and across different shifts. This gives a more accurate and balanced view of how people actually work. Always explain the purpose of the observation clearly, and gain employee consent beforehand. Transparency helps build trust, even though some behaviors may naturally change when people know they're being watched. Prepare a list of what you will observe in advance. This ensures you stay focused and collect consistent, useful information throughout the process. These simple steps help ensure your observations are respectful, structured, and genuinely insightful. That brings us to the end of today's lesson on innovation in the current workplace. We've explored what working conditions are, how they're categorized, and why they matter for productivity and well-being. We've also looked at legal responsibilities and how to properly assess and observe the work environment. Understanding these areas gives you the knowledge to spot issues early, improve team performance, and support a healthy, professional workplace. Feel free to ask any questions if you're unsure about anything we've covered today. Goodbye, and see you next time.